Okay, oh, seems like Nilford has unmuted himself. Nice.
Exactly that, because the countdown got pretty damn low. I'll just adjust the microphone close to my mouth so everyone can hear me clearly. And we are jumping into game number one, all deciding most important games of this whole tournament for now.
Yes, in the round of 16 between Interdimension and kind of a dark horse of this tournament, Roxx and the newcomer in the yellow on the right-hand side and on the left-hand side also as Goths for both Interdimension, a very well experienced and very good player.
Yeah, indeed. And they mentioned one of the top favorites was seed number 3 in this tournament, and absolutely, yeah, proved to be rightfully so seeded in all the training games. He's pretty damn tough, and let's see how Roxx will perform here.
He already killed the villager of Interdimension. That's a nice treat here for him. And his start is looking quite well. 5 barracks for Roxx. 4 barracks, I think. 4 barracks only for Interdimension, but that doesn't make too much of a difference in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, Orchid always plays 4-4, so 4 racks and 4 siege workshops, and it's very heavy on those, yeah, heavy scorpions later on. Although the distance is extremely short, and I would have loved to see him at a 5th Rex, but having a lot more houses is the most important thing for now. And he's doing very well there, getting a lot of pop-up.
And as well as villager kills, it's kind of even for both. I think Roxx is now, yeah, even. They're pretty much even now. Interdimension killed another 2 villagers, and his population is looking much better at the moment than for Roxx. And let's see about the first big fights now. They will move out any minute, I guess. Of course, the Goth War, very important to contain your enemy, to not let him spread out, not let him spread out the economy. As for any deathmatch game, but even more important early on than in any other Civ, in my opinion. Or than
Yeah,
most other
spreading out
Civs.
is so tough because obviously you need your food income so pretty darn fast. So, and you need a lot of space to accomplish that. So, if you get blocked even by some huskarls, that can slow down your eco so much. But let's see how the first fights go here.
Pretty nice fight for Interdimension here. A lot of army from Roxx got distracted, and it seems like Interdimension forgot to produce a little bit of military, because he's now 20 population behind, even though even though I think the fight went pretty well for him. And he went in with like 20 less population already. So it seems like he had a little bit of idle time on his barracks, which I wouldn't really expect.
Yeah,
But of course in the Goth War it's really difficult.
yeah, it's pretty tough. Yeah, quite untypical move there from him, having popped 70 out of 160 at one point. Oh, and now even adding a trap already. That's pretty
Very
uncommon as
aggressive.
well. Yeah,
I
very
I
aggressive.
don't even know. I never really saw him as a really aggressive player. In the dimension that is. I don't know if you agree with me, but
Nope.
it usually doesn't do these moves.
Okay, well, he is one of the fastest players, so most of the time he can be aggressive for sure. And Goth War means like taking a lot of aggressive fights early on. But yeah, those traps are pretty surprisingly for me for very sure.
Yeah, of course. Also in Goth War, you don't really see early trebuchets. More about presence on the map itself than going through the middle and crushing your opponent, unless you have like a 100 population lead or something along those lines.
Yeah, but 100 population lead always is a win
Yeah,
anyway,
it was
so.
just a exaggeration.
Yeah, okay. So as you can see, a lot of blue dots all over the map, and very, yeah, it feels like being cornered. Roxx, that is, getting raided at his first farms there, and it doesn't seem like he's controlling a lot of the map here.
Yeah, because he's in fact 70 military behind. It's 100 to 180. And I don't know if this is a conscious decision from Roxx here.
Oh no, absolutely not. As you can see, he did add 3 extra racks to his 5 starting racks and is producing only out of them. And like 15 Huskars, 15 champions queued, so he wants to get units out, but not really producing out of all his production facilities here.
Yeah, let's talk about for a second. Like Roxx advanced against Stoned in the round of 32, and I don't know if he lost or won the Goth War. Do you know that by any chance, or
Who was it? It was Roxx against
Stoned?
Stoned.
Yeah.
Oh, I only know the score. I didn't see the rec
All
score.
right, all right.
Weren't they like yesterday or
Yeah, yeah,
2 days ago?
could be that way yesterday or
Weird
day
stuff, weird
before.
stuff. So he's playing round of 32 and round of 16 within only like 24 hours.
Yeah, correct.
That's pretty ballsy.
Pretty ballsy, but Roxx is a very confident guy overall. He's also very young. I think he's 17 at the moment. And I actually didn't ask him what kind of flag he wanted. I think he uses the Russian flag on Woobly, but he's actually born in America, so or in the USA. So I forgot to ask him. I think we used the American flag in the first games.
Okay.
So I might change that in the course of this game. I should ask him after.
Well, let's see. Let's try
it's
to
not too
focus on this game. Just quickly count the amount of farms. It feels like it is like 6 or 7 working farms for Roxx, and Orchid already has like 10 only running. Not too impressive either, but yeah, just so much more space and possibilities just to build more farms. He just needs like 20-30 seconds and then he has a nice eco. And yeah, Roxx does not have any room to breathe here.
Yeah, plus Roxx is losing houses. He will be pop capped at 170 if he continues like that, or not even pop capped even, because his population is dropping continuously. It's now at 75 population, and I don't really think that he can really come back from that.
So many offensive castles by Orchid as well, controlling the whole right side. So even if Roxx wanted to expand there, so many traps could get out any second, so many Huskals could spam in, but oh man, he's now going back, trying to build new farms, but only with the mill. That's something you never want to do, because yeah, his will count is only at 21 here, so you need more town centers, not more farms.
His military count is at 21 and his villager count is at 42, but both equally
my
bad.
My bad.
Both equally bad for him at the moment. So yeah, this game seems to go in favor of Interdimension here. I don't really see any possibility for him to throw this game anymore, because now Roxx has lost his castle on the hill, and he will lose the other one quite shortly.
He's out of resources as well, and we can
GG.
see the first GG. Well played.
Quite a clean game by Orchid, by Interdimension, that is.
Yeah, true. I'm a bit surprised how Roxx played it. It did not seem like too smooth, to be honest. Like the start was pretty scrappy, with like the barrack placement wasn't the one I used to see from all the top DMers, and he is 2K in DM 1v1, so he's absolutely forced to be reckoned with there, but
Yeah, he is
not too convincing.
He has a lot of potential, but he is very inconsistent. Of course, which can be I guess considered when he's a very inexperienced player in comparison to most others at this level, and pretty new. So I guess it's understandable that he is a little inconsistent here, and he's going up against one of the top 5, top 3 DM players at the moment.
Yeah, and it's easy, very easy to look extremely bad if you play against just so much superior enemy.
That is correct, especially in deathmatch, where you have like 3 minutes until the first fight and stuff.
Oh, so long. Okay. Yeah, like Goth War is just.
Well, Goth War, yeah, it's another story. That's a whole
so next map is Hans, and Roxx could decide which home map they're playing.
This will be Green Arabia, I think.
You assume Green Arabia?
I assume Green Arabia. And this will be about the market, I think, because Roxx recently, one of the reasons why he hit 2K is he discovered the market hotkey. And he used the market a lot in his recent games, so you could see a market race if it's a Green Arabia game.
Okay. So yeah, obviously Interdimension is a guy who always loves his market as well. So how do you think how the meta actually is with market? Is it like starting stable market, or is it two wills on market and one stable?
I don't know. I don't know. We will see. I mean, I don't think that Interdimension knows that Roxx goes for market, but Roxx definitely knows that Interdimension goes for market. So we might see an earlier market from Roxx here.
Okay, interesting. So let's jump into the game and see.
Oh yeah,
Roxx
early
it started
market.
with two wills stable, one will
Market.
market, and
Oh,
Interdimension
and
started
Interdimension
two wills
two
market.
market.
So huge advantage there for Interdimension.
Nice move here from Interdimension. Seems like he
Three
prepared a
wills
little
market.
bit. I guess he prepared a little bit because I haven't seen that often from him. Like unless he's against Jitbar or someone, that he's going for a really aggressive market or really early market. So he seemed to be a little
Roxx
prepared
should
here.
restart here.
Yeah, he should. But I don't think if he's aware in this very moment that he has restarts.
Okay.
Or if he's... Oh no, they both sold. They both sold equal amounts, but of course Interdimension with more gold out of that one.
Yeah, and Roxx did sell 2,500 stone. And
2,500. What?
yeah, that's a lot.
Oh, that is huge.
Yeah,
He wants to end this game, I think.
yeah, that's the only reason why the gold count is so equally. Awkward still has so much more resources.
But that's that limits your potential to really take control of the map. If you if you sell so much stone, of course. So I guess he really wants to end this quickly. I don't think he wants to go into a late game, in a long game.
Maybe just did not want to die and therefore just sold the stone.
Yeah, this might be another reason as well, but as I said before, Roxx a very confident player. And
let's see
his market is
Roxx.
pretty powerful as well.
Roxx 5 stable, 6 racks, 6 archery ranges, and
Only 6
Orchid is
archery
going
ranges.
for 5. Oh god, a lot. 9.
Wow, that's a lot of barracks.
That's 599.
That is really odd to see so many barracks with the market. I haven't seen that often. More like the anti-market player going for more barracks usually.
Yeah.
Not the other way around. But this could be a very bad fight for Interdimension. Thank you very much, Milmano, for the host. And this is a very bad fight for Interdimension. He should be there. Oh god. He has a much bigger pop, but he's wasting most of it right now.
I want to control this middle area, but both castles of Roxx will go up, so indeed Anti has a hill there, so that's actually the best thing that Roxx could hope for.
Yeah, pretty much, but the population is still not equal, which I'm a little bit surprised about. I mean, Interdimension was a lot quicker with getting his buildings up in comparison to Roxx, I think, and he has a lot more buildings. So this game is pretty straightforward. This is about as straightforward in terms of fighting as a Hanwar can get, in my opinion. Just both players going 100% through the middle, maybe a little side TC.
Yeah, Orchid is so much faster when it comes to villager production, already doubling the amount there, and he has like 5-6 TCs already up compared to the 2.5 of Roxx there.
Yeah. He's putting up a lot of TCs. Of course, with the market, you lose a lot of resources by selling them. So you need to develop an economy earlier than the non-market player. But since we have two marketers here, they should need to be equal on economy or equally fast on economy. Maybe Roxx even faster. Should be faster if he wants to win this game.
Interdimension down to the limit now in resources, all less than 1k or at least less than 2k compared to Roxx, who still has 771k.
Yeah, but Roxx didn't develop any economy yet, and is still, I think, yeah, they're still equal in military numbers. And I don't think he will push this here. I think Orchid or Interdimension has enough to push this back. And has gained a lot of ground by attacking so early as well.
That's so true, and now ahead by 50 population. Just not really any serious gold income there. Like one of the gold spots is castled by Interdimension. His main gold spot only 1 TC. This third gold spot now denied by 2 Tarkans there. So there's like literally no gold income for Roxx at this time.
There's a little bit on his main goal, but it's not fantastic at the moment. And yeah, his economy is getting nicely suppressed here, and I think this could be a quick game.
Indeed.
If Interdimension manages to break this little plateau here, is this mini plateau on that Roxx is standing on.
Interdimension will run out of resources pretty quickly, so if Roxx is able to hold just like 2 to 2.5 minutes, he could maybe force a long game and therefore have the advantage against the strong market of Awkward there. But oh god, this will be type of Awkward is still ahead by, yeah, basically. Oh no, he's behind the military.
Yeah, he's
only ahead in
military.
villages, so
The little hill is saving Roxx at the moment. He really nicely defended this one, just defended this one. And now it's about not letting Roxx develop any economy. Also, that's the main task now for Interdimension, I think, is to not let Roxx develop any economy, because in terms of map position and economy itself, Interdimension is in front. So it just needs to keep him in his cage, basically.
he even has the north, which is like pretty. How should I call it? Like, not supposed to happen because it's so much closer to Roxx.
Yep.
There. He could have gotten the hill easily, just sent like a few units there, but he didn't even saw it coming at all.
Yeah, right. Sorry, I forgot to update the scoreboard. It's 1-0 for Interdimension. It's the second game.
Everyone was seeing the first game, so it's all.
Oh,
good,
Roomstock
mate.
asked. That's why.
Roomstock. Like,
Yeah. Okay, another castle coming up in the front for Roxx, but this will go down immediately. I think
yeah,
this
absolutely.
won't even go
Against
up.
2 traps there.
And now
Oh,
even
God.
Roxx letting Interdimension on the hill, because he wanted to raid with his CA, which is never a good idea in my opinion. But that's just me. Raiding with
Obviously,
a huge,
paladins are a bit
raiding with
better,
a huge group of CA, it's kind of a waste. Maybe with a few, but not with like a 40 CA army.
Yeah, that's true. So, let's see. So obviously, the most of the map again is for Interdimension. The main problem for Roxx was here that if he had like 1 or 2 more castles there in the middle, the whole would have been so much easier. But just by selling 2.5k stone, he didn't even have this option anymore.
Yeah, and that's the reason why one of his first CCs went on stone directly. And that's not ideal as well. You want them on gold or maybe even wood. Okay, and this goal is getting denied from Roxx, and he still has a military lead, quite significant with 20 military, but still a 40 villager disadvantage. And seems like Interdimension is going for it, but he should be there. I think he doesn't need to take any risks at the moment. He's clearly has the superior position. But seems like he's going for it.
Yeah, Roxx just doesn't have the production anymore. He's totally out of resources. Look at his resources. The highest is 300
Oh my
gold
god,
there.
he doesn't have any food. Does he have any farms? Yeah, he has like 10 maybe.
Maybe
best.
10 farms. So and Awkward already has his fully developed eco there, so he can just continue the push, and Roxx just simply doesn't have the muscle to hold it off now.
And he's just holding on for a while now. But
Roxx is
yeah, what do you want to say?
He's securing the south, is getting one, I think it was one of the neutral gold spots there, so that's good for him.
Yeah, he
And if
took that
he's-
one quite early one, yeah.
Yeah, and he absolutely needed to, because he didn't have his second and third gold spot. Even his first one is, yeah, like pretty low. Only 4 villagers with 1 mining camp there. Now another raid in his gold. Oh god, Roxx is still having a quite reasonable pop there with 150, all things considered, but I would be surprised if he could get so much higher there.
And as I want to point out, Interdimension already has 3 relics. Roxx has none, and he's going for the 4th relic there in the top. And he will go for the 5th as well, because it's right in between his castles, so he should have 5 relics in a moment as well.
That's a huge problem if you're pushed back all the time. But now it's not getting pushed back all the time, it's getting even worse because so many Rams are coming in. And yeah, Roxx is only relying on CA there, so Rams is a perfect counter and needs to fall back. And now, for the first time of the game, Interdimension has the hill, and Roxx realizes, I can't win this game anymore.
2-0.
And quick 2-0s.
Third game will be Spanish War on the home map of the winner of the first game.
Which is obviously Mr. Interdimension.
Right. So, what map do you expect?
I would love to see him play out his speed and go for something like Gold Rush or Prairie. But
I think he will go for GA. Pretty
yeah,
standard.
GA is a safe choice. Yeah, I think that's totally fine. But if I have to name a map where like the skill gap is guaranteed to be quite close, it should be on GA. Obviously, Interdimension has the edge there, but yeah, I don't think that it would be the most clever choice. It's sure a safe choice for sure, but it could have been more tricky. And if you prepared a lot, which I would be surprised because he only had 24 hours of knowing in advance as well.
Yeah.
Or actually, they only agreed on those games like 1.5 hours ago.
I think they agreed on like the time or the rough time yesterday and today on the exact time. All right. What can you say about the Spanish War?
Yeah, obviously the villagers are so much stronger. So although you have paladins, it kind of feels like a slow war because you can't really kill any villagers. Or you actually can, obviously, but it's tougher than compared to like Han's War or Frank's War, for example. So the game is with huge armies, but a bit slower. People will mass up armies, and then we will see big pushes in the middle with a lot of paladins, halberdiers, conquistadors, and some rams. Maybe added even some traps there if you want to get a castle down.
I always think of Spanish War as kind of a mix between Huns and Franks. But that's
and it's
Gold Rush. Nice.
Good boy.
A little mix up here. So we have in the south, we have in the blue Interdimension, and in top we have Roxx in the yellow as both a Spanish on Gold Rush, the home map of Interdimension, who is currently leading 3-0. Take it away.
2-0. 2-0.
2-0. No.
Exactly. We're in game 3.
Series.
So
all right.
We can see Roxx is starting with 6 stables, 4 racks. And Orchid is starting with 4 stables, 5 racks, and 4 archery ranges.
He will
add
is he going for hand
cannoneers? Exactly. Hand cannoneers obviously a good counter against the halberdiers and don't perform too poorly against paladins. And if you want to get out army pretty quickly, hand cannoneers is absolutely a choice there.
As you can see, this Gold Rush version is a little bit modified. It's not so heavily favored than it used to be. There's usually 1 or 2 hills both players can kind of camp on. And I think this map is fairly balanced. I mean, the hill is kind of spread out between them both and not really an elevation in favor of one or the other. So I really like this map generation.
Oh, he's adding calf archers?
Calf archers?
Yeah, but that was
No, okay, that was a mistake. Yeah, he's so... muscle memory. Happens a lot. Happens to the best.
Yeah, so did Roxx lose a castle there?
Oh, he might have.
Oh.
Oh, yes, he did. Look at the stone count.
Yeah.
Definitely did. Oh, that is terrible.
Both players not going for the market just yet, which is pretty strong. Orchid now taking the castle in the middle. He is ahead by 15 military count at this point, 20 now. So it's looking good for him here.
Yeah, I need to point out that Roxx generally is a little bit better with slow civs because his start is not up to par with the best yet, in my opinion. So he took Gold Rush as his home map, but with Persians, so that's a little bit of a different story, in my opinion.
There's a lot more knowledge about concerning Persian's Gold Rush because it was a set map in the last big deathmatch tournament.
Yeah,
than
right.
Spanish Gold Rush here.
And already a trebuchet out for Interdimension, and I like that.
Yeah, that's an early one for sure.
And the market.
He has a market, but did not use it just yet. We'll see. I think he only sold some. Let me take a quick look. Oh, it feels like Roxx. Yeah, Roxx had the market.
Roxx had the market, really? Did he do an early market and destroy it, or?
It seems like yes.
Guess we didn't catch it.
Gold left, and still a lot
or was the building that he had walled in, was that a market and then he destroyed it?
And he sold stone. Yeah, that makes sense now.
That makes sense. He didn't lose a castle.
Oh,
that would have been okay. Yeah.
Sorry for noob casting there. So Interdimension is still ahead by 30 pop, but it's only hand cannoneers and halberdiers against conquistadors and paladins and some halberdiers. So the units itself are so much better for Roxx.
Yeah, Roxx is fighting very cost effectively at the moment, like the whole time actually. He had a lot of paladins, the 6 stables really doing work here. And he has still 1k gold banked up because of the market, of course. But also pretty nice, and a pretty nice number of paladins still.
Yeah, and honestly I would have loved to see him even go higher than 6 stables here.
Oh, with the market, you mean like 8 stables or something?
Because all his stables were queued up with 15 paladins there. And if he had like 2 more stables and only Q10, he could have had like, yeah, obviously 10 paladins more now.
Yep. And paladins in mass are really hard to counter, especially in deathmatch where you can reproduce them quite easily in the early game. So
now Roxx is taking the hill, only behind 20 pop now, but having the strong army. Is trying to get some gold, but all his TCs, castles and mining camps got destroyed there, so it'll be tough for him to get any more gold. He's down to 0 stone there, so he can't even build a town center here. So he's stuck on 1 town center for now.
Wait, he's stuck on 2 town centers.
Where's his... Ah, yeah, 2 town centers.
But he has to make a mining camp at the second gold. Oh no, that is...
Yeah,
that's too risky. And he has 1 castle left only.
Yeah, but he has 1 big push in him, and he has paladins, he has conquistadors, he has some rams. So if he kills the whole army of Orchid now,
I feel like he needs to kill him now.
His resources are at the limit as well. This game is pretty closer than we ever thought.
Oh my! The food count of Orchid is bad.
And gold count and stone count.
And gold count. Oh, and he's not mining anything at the moment because all is covered by Roxx's military at the moment.
Another castle going down. And at this time, Roxx is the only one actually getting gold from the middle.
Nice. How many villages does Roxx have? 33. Oh, he needs to develop some sort of economy if he doesn't plan to kill Interdimension right now.
It seems like he even needs to get a market up by 100 stone and
something along those lines.
More TCs running there, because only 2 TCs in deathmatch, that's too tough. So it's pop 70 against 130, and now losing all his rams, Roxx that is, not really camping the hill there.
Against, of course, the Spanish villages, which are quite effective in taking out siege.
Yeah, they're quite effective against
pretty much everything.
Actually anything, yeah.
Compared to others.
So now pop 60 and so few resources.
That's
40 food, 100 gold, 0 stone, only some wood left, only having 2 town centers, 40 villagers against 100. Orchid now can get the main gold spot. He has still 3 castles in the middle up there, repairing the third one, which got down to 200 HP, and now he can take out the gold bits of Roxx. And I think Roxx will take one last fight with his remaining army,
and then GG.
probably has to tap out.
Yeah. He went out. He ran out of steam quite quickly here, but he nearly had it, in my opinion.
It was close. It was close indeed.
But he couldn't quite push it. And that's that will be the last fight. The last castle will go down as well for Roxx here. And that's a GG.
GG, man. Action-packed game.
Yeah, and quite convincing performance here from Interdimension. All the favorites, all the top seeded players have really shown why they are in that position they are in, basically.
Yeah, so true. So now Interdimension going into the gold bracket, facing 7 other great players for sure, and is already guaranteed $250. And Roxx is going down to the silver bracket and will compete with other 23 players to get some share of the prize pool for himself as well.
Yep, if he, I don't know, is he already in the silver league? Also, is he already in the top 8 of the silver bracket with round of 16?
He is, since he won his game, he's in the round of 16 of the silver bracket.
So he needs to win one more to really get some
money for himself.
All right.
Indeed.
I'll guess there's not really any other games we can cover now. Are there?
Not really.
Not really. So I guess we'll end the stream now. Stay tuned for this tournament. Really exciting games coming up soon, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for joining me, Nilford.
Yeah, you're welcome, and thanks for having me.